Our next question is discuss how opioid medication are altered in the elderly. Explain using pharmacokinetic and dynamics. So the question is actually to tell you why they altered. So as with most answers, if you can, leave at the start space to give your overall impression. So overall, increased sensitivity, CNS sensitivity, increased risk toxicity, and therefore dose reduction to about 50%. And then PK factors, absorption oral, reduced GIT, so slower, plus or minus decreased absorption. But topical, if you got thin skin, so you got topical absorption, is increased. Buprenorphine, for example, reduced cutaneous circulation, which reduces absorption. Then distribution. So our mnemonic was COP. So we can start with cardiac output. So reduced cardiac output, which would mean increased plasma concentration but slower time to peak effect, slower arm brain circulation. But distribution will be reduced total body water, which reduces VD for hydrophilic drugs, so morphine have more effect. But with reduced albumin, you get an increased VD, right? Because of the plasma oncotic pressure. Reduced albumin, you also get increased unbound drug, but also increased clearance. And reduced lean body mass, reduced plasma esterases, so reduced clearance of remifentanil. So, pseudoesterases are not important here because the question was asking about opioids, but they could be important in hepatic. Increased fat, so increased VD, increased duration of the infusion, example fentanyl. So when you have a reduced volume of distribution for a drug, then you have an increased effect. But when you have an increased volume of distribution of the drug, you have a longer duration. Metabolism. We also said the clearance. You could also say reduced distribution here. Metabolism, so hepatic metabolism. It's affected by phase 1 and phase 2. Reduce phase 1, CYP 450, effect in phase 1. That affects what? Reduce metabolism of the low HER drugs in the phase 1, right? Which is less than 0.3, example is methadone. HbF is reduced, so reduce clearance of the high HER drugs, so fentanyl, morphine. Elimination, renal excretion, reduced RBF and GFR, accumulation of metabolites, M6, M3G gives you seizures, M6G is active metabolite, hence increased affinity of 13 times more than morphine. And then pharmacodynamic, this is where the numbers are, where the money is at. Reduced neurons number, so it can lead to risk of delirium or cognition. That's a good one, I forgot that. Increased sensitivity of sedative drugs. Reduced occupancy, which means you can have increased pain threshold, can lead to tolerance. So you also should talk about CVS and RESP, which I didn't. So CVS, autonomic dysfunction, so reduce baroreceptor reflexes, reduce beta adrenergic receptor, so decrease sensitivity to agonist and antagonist, therefore increase CVS depression of the opioid, decrease MAP, and reduce heart rate. And then respiratory, you have decreased pharyngeal tone, so increased airway obstruction, and then you also have decreased PaCO2 sensitivity, so increased risk of hypocapnia. Then you have the drug interaction, which is a polypharmacy. Very good. So I've included it here. The CY. These are CYP450 should be. Inhibitors, which is amiodarone, affecting tramadol, increasing parent drug, reducing. Oh, it should be reducing parent drug because it's an increasing metabolites. Inducers such as ETOH. Oh, wait, that's right. Sorry. Increasing parent drug reduces metabolites. Inducers such as ETOH or that reduces the parent drug but increases the metabolite. Synergism with benzodiazepine. You also have constipation and urinary retention. an increased risk of serotonin syndrome. So that's another one. So we have theory. So I guess other or idiosyncrasy.